What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports, back again with another one. Chris Colbert, WBA interim super featherweight champion. If you can call him a champion, man. I don't really count them interim belts. No disrespect to Chris Colbert and what he's done so far in his career, but that's an interim title. I don't even count that interim title. Dillian White guy, he got an interim belt in the WBC. Ain't nobody calling him no champion. You know, so when you talk about the champions in the heavyweight division, you talking about Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Ain't nobody talking about no Dillian White. And when you talk about the champions in super featherweight, you talking about who? You know, you talking about guys like, what, Deontay Tank Davis? He holds a regular version of the WBA belts. And that's basically who you're talking about, man. He basically running 130 to 140 pounds. He basically run that division. You know, it ain't about the belts from 130 to 140. Everybody want that lottery ticket to fight Deontay Tank Davis, which will be the highest purse of their career, Chris Colbert included. But that's neither here nor there. You know, I don't want to go off on a tangent. I want to talk about what Chris Colbert said on Fight Hype about Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, the former WBC heavyweight champion. Chris Colbert, man, you're doing a good job of promoting your fight. You're doing a good job of getting some publicity to your fight, because really, quiet as kept. You know, you fighting on 4th of July weekend, people going to be barbecuing, people going to be going to the beach, you know, people going to be going to the pool, you know, going to the water park, stuff like that, you know, for 4th of July. People going to be out and about. So, you know, that fight there, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of numbers they do on the 4th of July weekend. So he's doing a good job of really with promoting that fight, man, getting some eyeballs on that fight. He probably gonna get more eyeballs tuning into his fight Saturday night due to his comments that he made about Deontay Wilder. He basically said that Tyson Fury, who holds the WBC heavyweight title, has Deontay Wilder's number. Basically saying nothing Wilder can do about that. The man just got your number, and he need to quit having sour grapes about his loss to Tyson Fury, in particular the second fight. Quit making excuses, according to Chris Colbert. Quit making excuses. You lost. He's a better fighter than you. He said quit using those gloves as an excuse, because he says he's had those itch gloves, and he says those gloves bend awkward like that. There's nothing unusual about them gloves bending like that. All those type of gloves that are made with that design bends like that. That's what Chris Colbert said. So he's a professional boxer. I'm gonna take his word. He's a more, you know, got an expertise in that field. They'll put it to you like that. He's got expertise in that field as far as putting on different type of gloves. I'm sure he's had that type of glove on, the Reds type of gloves, Everlast, all of them. So he probably, you know, he has expert. You know, that's his craft. He wants to put on a glove that's gonna fit his tool set. You know, if he's a power puncher, you're gonna power punch gloves. If you're more of a defensive fighter and more of a pure boxer, if you want more, you know, you might have another type of glove. If you type of fighter that had hand problems, like a Floyd Mayweather Jr., now you probably gonna want another type of glove, a glove with more padding, but to give your hands more cushion, more protection. So, you know, he's expertise in that, so I'm gonna take his word on that. I'm not gonna debate him on that, but I will debate him on the Mark Breland situation. I do disagree with him on the Mark Breland situation. Not that Mark Breland spiked his water, because I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. You know, if you put a gun to my head and said, man, what you think, man? You think Mark Breland spiked Deontay Wilder's water? You know, I'll say no. I don't think he did that. I wouldn't think he did it, because number one, he's on Deontay Wilder's payroll. Why would he mess his money up? Just like Chris Colbert said, why would he mess his money up? If Wilder lose, his next fight is gonna probably be for less money. That means less money in Mark Breland's pocket. So I don't think he was trying to go down that route. But for people to get mad that Wilder fired Mark Breland, Deontay Wilder had just cause to fire Mark Breland. Deontay Wilder was justified in firing Mark Breland. Deontay Wilder is the boss. He told his team, God damn, this ain't hard, this ain't rocket science. He told his team, don't throw in the towel under any goddamn circumstances. I'm a live dog in the fight. If it's looking bleak, I got the right hand to turn this shit around, man. Don't you believe in me? I believe in myself. You need to believe in me. That's what Deontay Wilder said. Mark Breland knew that. Damn what Andre Darrell telling you on the outside of the ring, talking about stop the fight. You know Wilder told your ass, along with J. Diaz, Don't stop the fight under any circumstances. He's a warrior. If you live by the sword, you got to be willing to die by the sword. Deontay Wilder already told you he want to catch a body. He's willing to take a life. If he's willing to take a life, he's got to be willing to lose his life. People don't want to hear this. This is some talk. You know, put the kids away from the phone and let them take them to another room and let them watch TV, let them watch Nickelodeon. They don't need to be watching this video. This is for the real grown people. The stuff I'm talking about right now. This ain't for the kids to hear, but this is real life talk right now. And this is what the man said. This man's a grown man. He made a decision to pursue boxing, and this is what he told his team. His team's got to respect that. If Mark Breland had a problem with that, he should have told Deontay Wilder right then and there when Deontay Wilder told his team not to ever, under any circumstance, throw in the towel. He should have said, look, if you're in a bad spot and I feel that you could be possibly hurt in a major way or possibly lose your life, I'm going to throw in the towel, Deontay. So you probably, I'm telling you, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to sit by idly by and watch you get put in a precarious situation. And then Deontay Wilder would have to make a decision. You know, and the decision he probably would have made was to let go of Mark Breland right then and there. But Mark Breland should have told him that. He agreed to that. He was like, he didn't have no problem when Deontay Wilder told him that. And then all of a sudden he wanted to switch course in the fight with Fury, and he wanted to throw in that towel. So Deontay Wilder was more than justified in getting rid of Mark Breland. Now let's talk about the so-called loaded, the alleged, I ain't gonna fuck back in the word, the alleged hand-wrapping situation. Jay Diaz was in the locker room. Chris Colbert said, well, why you ain't fire him? How you gonna fire somebody? You don't fire nobody for not knowing. You don't fire nobody for being naive. You don't fire nobody. That's just like you at a job, you say you just got hired on somewhere. You just took over a corporation, you're the CEO, and you tell a worker, you should know better, but you say you tell one of your employees, hey, I need you to put together this project. You know, I need you to put together this project. I need you to crunch the numbers, and I need you to present this thing to me in 2 weeks. But the person that you told to do that ain't no finance major. They not no account major. That's not their field. They, you know, they have put projects together, but they've had other people in the account department maybe handling the account part of that project. But you didn't know that. You just tell them to do all that, and they go ahead and do it, but the numbers don't add up. The numbers don't come back right, or whatever. The project gets done and it ends up in the red. You ain't making no money off that. And then you go to a person, hey man, I thought you was I put you over this project, and this thing came out. We lost money, man. The company's in the red on this project, man. What's going on? Well, man, I didn't know how to do the finance. That's not my field of expertise. You know, that's not my field. I tried to do it, but that's what you told me to do, but that's not my expertise. Is you gonna fire them if they didn't know that wasn't their field of expertise? You know, they don't have no major in finance or no major in accounting. You gonna fire that person? Maybe you could, maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't. But if you didn't fire him, it's understandable. Just like Deontay Wilder did not fire Jay Diaz, it's understandable. He didn't know. Is the point I'm trying to make. He didn't know. He didn't know. So, it is what it is now. You want to talk about the costume, talking about the costume, even though it weighed 20 pounds, Wilder shouldn't have been tied off of that costume. He shouldn't have used that as an excuse. First of all, man, you falling for the banana in the tailpipe. You going along with the propaganda. Wilder never said the costume wore him down. He was just, man, look at Kevin Iole is a snake in the grass. This nigga took a story and ran with it. It made headline news, and it wasn't even what Wilder said. Wasn't even what Wilder said. Wilder was throwing things out what it could be. He didn't say that's what it was. He was trying to figure out why he was so tired. When he took that mask off, he knew he wasn't right. He knew he didn't have his legs, so he was just basically just kind of like searching in his mind, throwing stuff out, man. Well, maybe it was the suit. Or maybe it was somebody spiked my water. He just brain searching. You know, in his thought searching. Whatever, for lack of a better word. He just going through his mind thinking like, okay, you know, I'm tired, I ain't got no legs, I train well, I was at one of the best camps in my career. Why am I tired? I take this mask off, this costume off, and I don't have my legs. I'm tired, I don't feel right. He's trying to figure out what caused that. Maybe it was a costume. Maybe it was because my water was spiked. Oh, you know. You got to understand that they had a long wait in between that last fight. What was the last fight? When is the Charles Martin, Gerald Washington fight? They had a long wait. Wilder put on his costume. I don't think the costume was probably really heavy for you to just put on and go up, you know, walk to the ring, and I think he would have been all right. Let me put it like that. But they say he had that costume on for a long time. He had to walk around on it. Then, you know, Fury came out first. He came out there like he was a king. Came out there, people carrying him like he king of the throne and all that type of stuff. And he came out there. He took a minute to come out there to the ring. And then Wilder came out there. They say he had the costume on for a minute. So somehow they got the time frame messed up, and he had that costume on longer than what he had on. You don't supposed to have no costume on like that probably for, you know, maybe 10, 15, you know, right around about 10, 15 minutes before you're supposed to come out there, maybe you put the costume on. But from what I heard, I don't know if it's true, but I heard he had that costume on for over 30 minutes. So that could have been a reason why he was not feeling right once he took that costume out. He didn't have no legs. He was just brainstorming, basically. So who do you to say you're not in this body? Who do you say that it's an excuse? And like I said, he didn't use that as an excuse. He didn't say that was the reason. He was just brainstorming, saying that could be one of the reasons. It could be with spiked water. Bottom line is, I went back and watched that fight because I was watching it. When I watched it live, I watched it at a sports bar. You know, when you watch a sports bar, you just watching the fight. But when I went back and watched that fight, when Wilder took his mask off, you can see it on his face. It was written all over his face. It's written all over your face, yeah. Yeah, it was written all over his face, man, that he was not right. He was not right. Was something wrong? Was something off on him? You could tell. You know, there's old saying, fake it till you make it. And that's what he tried to do. He went on, you know, like a warrior that he is, and went on and fought. But he wasn't right. And quiet as kept, Fury knew he wasn't right. But when they had the face-to-face stare down, when the referee was giving the instructions before round one, Fury picked up on that. Go back and watch that fight again and tell me I'm lying. I'm truth-telling right now. So it is what it is. Chris Colbert is doing a great job of promoting his fight. That wouldn't be getting no publicity otherwise. People probably wouldn't even know he's fighting this weekend. You know, I don't think this was the smartest move by PBC to put a fight on 4th of July weekend, to be honest, because you got so much going on this weekend. You got fireworks, you got kids out there playing, you know, like I told you, the beach, barbecuing, pool. People going to be out and about this weekend. And then a lot of people going to be going out of town this weekend because the 4th of July fall on a Sunday. So they mean that people going to be off that Monday. But people off Sunday anyway, so the paid holiday going to actually be that Monday. So people going to be moving around and stuff like that and be out of town visiting family and friends. So this is not the, in my opinion, the best date for his fight, but he's doing a good job of promoting this fight, making waves, talking about Deontay Wilder. So we'll see what happens. We will see what transpires. But that's my quick thoughts. That's my quick synopsis on the Chris Colbert interview with Fight Hype TV. Let me know your thoughts about what Chris Colbert said. Do you believe pretty much everything he said, or you believe some of the things he said like I do? Or do you believe he's crazy as hell and he's a genius and at the same time of doing a good job of getting people to talk about him and want to see his next fight Saturday night on Showtime in Carson, California, IA. Hit the like button if you like the content of this video and subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. And I'll holler.